Hi, Jamie here at FitStrong. It's a bit of a miserable day, don't know what's happened. The sun is gone, it's December, and it should be warm and sunny, but it's not, the sky is broken. Anyway, here's a little 10-minute routine you could follow along with to wake your body up. On a miserable day like this, sitting with the computer working or slobbing around in front of the TV like I've been doing after lunch, it's time to open the body up. I could just leave training at the end of it, or I could continue on and do something else more physical. As usual, we start off with all the mobility work, and that starts off with head nods. So I'm going to do it sitting back, lifting up my head towards the ceiling and down to the floor. Really bring the chin down and tuck it into the neck. And of course, keep the shoulders sucked back into the torso. When you're doing these movements, lead with your eyes. So it's eyes first. And from there, I'll look over my shoulder. Nothing too muscular in these warming up moves. I'm just looking back towards my foot. If you see one foot, you're doing well. If you're seeing 2 feet, I think you might need to go to a chiropractor. You may have gone too far. Okay, and there move on to all the rocking movements to loosen up the hips and the ankles, and to kind of activate some of the shoulder muscles as well to help pull us forward. Now you can change your foot angle. So toes together, heels out. You can tell it's cold. I'm wearing socks in Queensland. That doesn't happen very often. Okay, so my toes together, my heels wide, and then toes wide, heels together. Progress up some circular rocking movements, leaning on the side of the shoulder and the hip. Some clockwise. There we go. Anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise, whichever way you say it. Hopefully the sound quality is okay. It is quite gusty outside. Okay. From there, I'm going to slide the feet back on some rolling movements. First of all, looking over my shoulder, reaching around the leg, just relax. The leg might move by itself. That is cool. So just an arm does the movement. So rotate the body and reach. And imagine you're lying in a clock face when you're doing this. So you'll be reaching for different points of a clock face. 12 o'clock, 11, 10, 9, and etc. etc. So you can reach around for different points on the floor. We are trying to mobilize that scapula, that shoulder blade. Some quite high rolls as I roll out of the camera. Okay. Legs then. So again, if our body doesn't do anything, just the legs do the movement and reach around towards the floor. That feels better. Roll all the way to the back and repeat, lying on your back. And we'll add on a couple other extras. So reaching with the head. Again, picture lying in the clock face. You're reaching for different points of the clock. And same for the legs. That knee up over the belly button and around towards the floor. Don't need to count reps, just move, just do it. Don't go to pin, just explore any tight spots and gradually ease them out with the movement. Let the movement do the job. Your body can fix itself really quite well, you know. From there, we'll go on to the windshield wipers, where your knees pulled up over your tummy, lower back's just off the floor, or the tailbone, should I say, is just off the floor. If you're feeling the back of the legs feel a little bit tight, you can add on a hamstring flossing movement. We're trying to floss the nerve through the muscles. So the whole leg up, roughly straight to begin with. Then push the heel up and the toes. Heel, toes. You might feel it in your hamstring most likely, or hamstring or the calves. Try to get that heel higher than your toes. Heel, toes. You can even angle your foot so the sole's facing that way or the other way. That brings some release to any tightness in the calves. And of course, other leg. You can gradually try and pry the leg out so it's straighter and straighter. Don't be pulling into any major hamstring stretches unless that's your objective. Yeah, no problems there. From there, let's get rid of this little notification on my screen. There we go, excuse me. Okay, sit comfortably any way you want to sit. Let's look up to the wrists. Clasp your hands together and make a big circle. You might get a few clicks and cracks, that's cool. Some clockwise, some anti-clockwise. A lot of bones in those hands. They all take a bit of pressure when you're doing any work in the floor. So you want to make sure they're feeling happy and friendly to do some pressure work on the floor. Let's do a little wave. So we push the hand under the elbow in the forearm. Bit of a Mexican wave for your forearms and your arms. Click with my thumb, finger. Some lateral aspect mobility for the side of the wrists. So clasp your fingers together, keeping the palms facing the floor. Press away from you, keeping those palms facing the floor. Pull the thumbs back into you. It's tempting to go for that old stretch. We're not going for that. You're keeping the palms pointing the floor. Perfect time for getting into opening up those chest and shoulder muscles. Start off with what we call the lounge stretch. Just making a little M shape between you, torso, legs, arms. Keeping the arms strong, shoulders pulled back, putting your shoulder blades down into your proverbial hip pockets. Press the floor, hips stay on the floor the whole time. And breathe deep into the diaphragm, so deep into the stomach. And back out. Anywhere you're feeling a stretch right across the top, from shoulders, chest, shoulders. And from there we're going to stick in a dead bug for those abs and hips. So keep that back stuck on the floor. Chin tucked into the neck is optional. Press the leg, press an arm. Maybe work this as hard as you want to work it. Maybe the 75–80% if you're after some real good torso activations. The legs when they come up can stay bent, or you can keep that leg straighter if you're really looking to open up those hamstrings. I could go on. Let's stop there and repeat the lounge stretch. Let's make it a set crab, which is the movement from our animal flow, where we do the exact same setup, except you take those hips off the floor. You find the neutral point that feels happiest and strongest for you. So right out there. And press the floor. And hold that for, say, 5 breaths. Keep the fingers pointing backwards or a bit to the side, side or back. Let's repeat that dead bug again. So roll back. Pull it up with a bit more power this time. So a bit more speed and pull back up. Still check that lower back stays on the floor. Often during dead bug, people get lost where they put their non-moving limbs. If you need to, keep them together. So I'm keeping my left hand and right leg together. So I press the other 2 opposite limbs. A bit more hardcore. You could not just keep them touching, but you could press, you could brace 2 together. It's a lovely progression to the dead bug. A bracing dead bug. Okay. When you extend the leg, you really should feel your gluteal muscles, your backside muscles pressing into the floor. Let's move on a bit more. To lie down when you stand back up the first time. It's good to loosen everything around the hips. Very simple movement, and of course the shoulders, called the cross crawl, where I'm simply crossing over, touching my hand and my thigh. And you can do it on the spot, or you can walk around. Big bird in the tree behind me. Follow that up with some bodyweight squats. If you want to squat a kettlebell, you have a kettlebell next to you, hold that when you're doing this. I'm not. So I keep my hands on my shoulders. I'm not even on count reps. Let's go and do a few of these until I feel I have legs, they're working. It's a more casual session where it's turning up and getting stuff done. Don't worry about counting reps. Work to a perceived exertion of maybe getting out of breath. Maybe it's the point where you feel you need to mouth breathe. And that's a good point of exertion where you stop, move on to something else. So the inchworm. I'm out of breath doing squats. Terrible. Push the hips back into a hip hinge. So chop them back. Some tension in the back of the legs. Hands find the floor. Walk out into a plank. Okay. And push through the hands. Bend the knees when the heels are on the floor. Hinge back up again. Number 2. We had a gym challenge a couple of years ago where we had to see how many of these we could do in 10 minutes. To be honest, we didn't count. We just did 10 minutes non-stop of inchworms. Make this plank very, very tough, very tense. So a lot of tension through the arms, through the torso, and into the legs. At this point, you could go back, repeat your dead bug, repeat your squat and your inchworm, and some cross crawls. But before you know it, 10 minutes is done. That's 11:44 just there. So I'm looking for a 10-minute block of stuff to do. You could do this little routine. There's a big cockatoo in the tree knocking macadamia nuts into my pool, so I'm gonna have to rescue the pool. See you all soon.